Okay, so this I'm actually really happy and excited about. I read this and I was pumped because I've been waiting a long time for a movie like this. Think back to Batman the Animated Series. There's never been a movie that's had that kind of Batman in it. Now, a lot of people like the Nolan movies. I like the Nolan movies. I like the first two. Third one I didn't like at all. Thought the third one was dumb, kind of over the top. Just some things that happened in that movie that would never happen to Batman. But anyway, I'm sure some people disagree with me on that, and that's fine. I think we all agree, well, most of us. I'm sure there's some people that still didn't like it, but the first two, especially the second one, was really good. And I do like the Michael Keaton Batman movies. I think that they're good for what they are. But none of those movies really brought in the fact that Batman's like a master detective. I've been waiting for this. I've always said, why don't you make a cheap, it would be so low budget. You wouldn't even have to spend that much money to just do a gritty crime story. You know, I always like Zaz. You know, if you don't know who that is, he's the guy every time he takes somebody out, he puts a cut on him to remind himself of his victims. And I've always thought that was really cool. I said, why don't you just, that no one's ever seen that villain really? You could have him chasing him around trying to solve the case. That'd be a really cool Batman movie. And it would be cheap to make and it'd make a ton of money if you got the right director. And apparently, maybe they were listening to that video because I made that video like 2 years ago. And it sounds like what's going on here. So according to Cosmic Book News, the Batman plot rumored to be a mystery conspiracy detective case, which that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. A plot description for the Batman has surfaced online, offering that the flick will involve a mystery and conspiracy detective case similar to what I was told at Comic-Con. It is also said there will be multiple villains. The rumored plot for the Batman offers the Batman will explore a detective case. When people start dying in strange ways, Batman must go deep into the dark world of Gotham to find clues to solve the mystery conspiracy connected to Gotham City's history and criminals. In the film, all of Batman's rogue gallery is already out there and active, similar to the comics and animated shows, movies. The film will have multiple villains as they are all suspects. That sounds awesome. This sounds great. This is the Batman movie I've wanted to see for so long. I don't know why it took them so long to do this. Maybe it's a risk. Hey, it's not a straight up action movie. That's the way it sounds. You know, and done wrong, it could be a boring movie. But if they do it right, this could be such a good Batman movie because this is what makes the character popular. I mean, the main book that he's been in for over 1,000 issues is literally called Detective Comics. Detective Comics. Why can't we have a detective Batman movie? So I'm really excited about this. I think this is great news. The Batman will be a detective movie. Regarding what I was told by insiders at Comic-Con that there will be more than current 6 rumored villains and that director Matt Reeves is in part adapting the DC Comics Batman The Long Halloween comic book story. Great, great story. You could pick that graphic novel up pretty cheap. Highly recommended. And if that's where he's going with this, that would be pretty awesome. And you could do this. So 6 rumored villains, that's him going and shaking them down, you know, getting info from them. That's pretty cool. That could be done. It's if you have like an overstretched plot with 6 villains, it wouldn't work. But if it's just like him showing up, you know, Poison Ivy, I need info. That would work. You know, and they could be going straight. We don't know what's going on there. The 6 rumored villains include Penguin, who could have a nightclub. That would be pretty cool. He goes there and shakes down Penguin and looks for clues from people attending the nightclub. Riddler, Catwoman, Two-Face, Mad Hatter, and Firefly. The Long Halloween comic book story also featured Poison Ivy, Solomon Grundy, Joker, Calendar Man, and Scarecrow, which is true. And if they're going to do that story, this will be an amazing movie. It's very much a point-of-view driven noir Batman tale. It's told very squarely on his shoulders, and I hope it's going to be a story that will be thrilling but also emotional. It's more Batman in his detective mode than we've seen in the films. The comics have a history of that, which is so true. That's, like I said, his main book is called Detective Comics. There's so many good detective stories that they could be doing, and they've never done it. So this is shaping up to be a great movie, and they've been trying to be more experimental. I think somebody finally sat down and said, "Hey, look, why don't we tell the character that's been told for decades? Why don't we tell the character that everyone loves? There's a reason everyone loves this character. Why don't we finally do the character justice?" The comics have a history of that. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Absolutely. Ra's al Ghul calls him detective. I don't know if you've ever watched the animated series or read any of the books, but that's something that happened. There's a reason he does that, because of his mind. Okay. And that's not necessarily been a part of what the movies have been. I'd love this to be one where when we go to the journey of tracking down the criminals and trying to solve a crime, it's going to allow his character to have an arc so he can go through a transformation. The movie should start filming soon, so Warner Brothers will be announcing the cast and start of production in the coming months. The Batman has a June 25th, 2021 release date, starring Robert Pattinson. I think I'm saying that right. And has also been described as the story follows Bruce Wayne, who is still trying to find his footing on his way to becoming the genius detective. It's also said that the story will not be a rehashing of Bruce Wayne and Batman's origin, and that it is not a tale of Batman as a seasoned crime fighter ruling Gotham, which is why Reeves went with the younger 33-year-old Robert Pattinson. Now, I don't know if this is going to fit in. It sounds like this is going to be, because I don't know what's going on with the DC universe. Are they going to move forward with a connected universe? Or are they just going to keep doing standalone movies? I like standalone movies better, personally. I think it's cool to see characters all together sometimes. But I'm kind of ready for movies like this. So, Joker comes out soon. That looks amazing. This sounds absolutely amazing. I'm really excited for it. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.